Hey everybody, now I had a feeling yesterday that 343 was going to address the Halo community about Season 2 and give us some feedback, based on our feedback, to revert some of the changes that have been made. And I was pleasantly surprised that I was right. 343 published a blog post today, and so many things we asked for are being put back. I did a little video earlier in the day saying the tank gun is back, and it'll be back on Outpost Tremonius. You'll be able to pick it up. However, flying the Pelican, launching off fusion coils, and the invincibility glitch probably won't come back. Now what I think the reason for this is that the co-op will have a tether, that you'll only be able to go a certain distance away from each other. Even if it doesn't have a tether, the Xbox One hardware limitations may prevent all of these campaign bugs, features, whatever you want to call them, from being in the game. It'll be very interesting to see how co-op campaign handles the huge 7-kilometer distance from one side of the map to the other. Surely there'd have to be some sort of limitations put in place. The next piece of good news is weapon jamming is being fixed. If you're firing your battle rifle or a heat wave and your gun just stops shooting for absolutely no reason, they're reverting the change that was causing the bug to begin with. Now the reason why this even got added was there's a button combo. You'll be able to fire your gun quicker. It was very hard to do, and literally no one was doing it. So 343 has probably realized, well, it's very hard to do, and it's having a really negative impact on the overall game. Let's just revert it, and that's what they're doing. Next up, 343 is going to restore all of the skill jumps that were taken away with the Season 2 update. This is fantastic because it means 343 is taking our feedback on board and implementing changes to the game based on what we say, which is a huge step forward. Finally, I was going to do a full Season 2 feedback video for very specific changes, and I still may do that, but a lot of what I was going to say is actually being covered in this update. So I'm going to read them off very quickly for you guys because they're all really good changes. First up, we have PC stability improvements. Drop pods and Last Spartan Standing will now feature equipment instead of just overshields and camo, so that's a step in the right direction. The little hole in the Rakshasa armor core has been fixed. The Pelican vehicle drops will now match their pre-Season 2 frequency and type. I would love to see more balancing in that regard, because there's still times where I'm absolutely being destroyed in a BTB game, the enemy team gets a tank, and we get a gun goose. It's not very fair. The Wasp respawn timers on high power will also be brought in line with their Season 1 timers. I'll throw a photo up on the screen now, but they actually broke the Wasp respawn timer in the Season 2 update. We had 4 Wasps on one team. We had actually up to 6 Wasps on the map at one point. It was respawning even though it wasn't dead, and it was an absolute mess. Also, 343 in Season 1 made a change, so anyone who's in your fire team for BTB will glow a different color. That got reverted in Season 2, so then they've had to go back and fix it again, but I'm glad it's being fixed. The key takeaway from this is that 343 seems to be listening to the community's feedback and acting on what we say. A big complaint from the blog posts that were published probably about 2 months ago now was that it felt like 343 was telling us how it is with very little room for feedback. But now they seem to really be hammering on our feedback very quickly, which I think is a big improvement. So guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Apparently we're supposed to hear more about future changes in the next couple days, so I'll keep you guys updated when we find out more. But I asked on Twitter, and this specific small update is not a drop pod update. So it means we'll be getting even more fixes, game modes, and content sometime later this month. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think of the update. Do you think it's great that 343 is listening? What else would you like to see changed? I'll have a video out probably tomorrow of all the shortlisted game modes you guys want to see added to Halo Infinite, as well as specific Season 2 feedback. But for now, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later.